Welcome to Politics Done Right. I am your host, Egberto Willies. This is a progressive program that will take the mystery out of politics. This is the program that will encourage you to make sure government becomes we the people. Whether you are liberal, progressive, conservative, or otherwise, you get to air your point of view. We are an independent media outlet that, unlike mainstream media beholden to corporations, we only owe allegiance to you. Remember, you can also send me a tweet at EGBERTOWILLIES. That is at Egberto Willies. Let us engage. It is Politics Done Right. Well, folks, welcome to one more edition of Politics Done Right. I'm Egberto Willies, your host. Thank you so kind for being a part of the program. Didn't we have a great turnout? Preliminary reports was 7 million. I can almost guarantee it's quite a bit more than that. But I think it was quite a success. What are your thoughts, my brothers and sisters? What are your thoughts? Did you participate? Did you have a good time? I know I had a blast. Anyway, welcome aboard, Michael Rudden, numero uno, in the chat today from Brooklyn, New York. We also have in the house Eric Hayes from Kingwood, Atascocita, E2247 from all over. We also have Yvette Avery Herod from Atlanta, Georgia. How you doing, my beautiful Yvette? Did you go to did you have the time to go to one of the events? In the other chat on Substack, knowing that we lose the first few dozens, we've got Bruce Pollard from Kingwood, Atascocita, from Kingwood. We have Martha Masters. We also have Linda Marie Kelly. How you doing, Linda? Sandra D. Elwin Hudson. Welcome aboard. All our great people in the chat as they chime in. How many actual voters? They're all voters, my friend. They're all voters. The question is how many of them will get out to vote? And I think that's a good question. But yes, the weekend was awesome, Michael. When I say awesome, I mean awesome. Irene Clark, welcome aboard. Ernie Boxall, welcome aboard. I think the thing is, you turn that volume. I'm going to play out all the snippets of the interviews that I did. I have a summary of our event that I'm going to play after I read some of this stuff here. But it tells you that the people are actually informed. Let me tell you what was the most important part about the blog that I wrote for this and the video is the people not shown. Most people didn't want to be on air. Most people felt that what they wanted to do was to be there. Some didn't want to be on camera. And there are actual reasons they didn't want to be on camera because they're in the community. This is a very red community, and I tell you what, however, they were there. And a couple of Republicans in this, I won't say which ones, in the chat, you can probably figure it out, had a lot to say. This was real. Anyway, from Michael Rudnin, we've got, I attended my local No Kings protest in Brooklyn, New York. Yesterday, unexpectedly met up with old friends from a long-gone D&D campaign. Walked in at least 60 blocks. All right, Michael, that's good. So many wonderful people. I got about 8,000 steps. I was walking up and down to talk to different people. So many wonderful people marching, chanting. So happy to have come and still feeling it a day afterwards. Aha, you got an exercise, buddy. Didn't see any counter protesters at all. I did have a long one that I'm going to play as well. Actually, 8 minutes. I think you guys are going to like it. Only a few police officers who kept their distance. Bravery was not required after all. The Independent UK No Kings protest live organizers say 7 million. It was more than that. That is the initial official estimate, likely to be revised upwards later. I mean, if you take a look at Kingwood, the police officers said between 850 and 1,000. My count was over 1,000 after I reached 800. The amount of people that I saw after the 800 in other locations were definitely more than 200. So we had the type of protest in Kingwood that it has never ever seen. Not even when we had the protests against the school board. Not even when Occupy was pretty small in Kingwood as expected. All right, we also have here What else is Michael talk? Michael, are you going to mess with me again with these shorts? Although you've been bringing some great shorts. Egberto, here's a good one to play. All right, I'm not even going to look at it. It better be good, Michael, or I'm coming to get you, brother. It better be good, Michael. Let's see what it's all about. You know, Michael has a sweet spot here. He's been with us from the absolute beginning. Here we go.
We are here to tell our lawmakers that what's going on in our government is wrong. They must stop the abuses of this petulant president and his circle of sycophants. Together, no thrones, no crowns, no kings. Thank you all. Let's change the world.
Raise your hand if you believe in the power of the people.
Let me tell you something. I watched Speaker Johnson make fun of all these folks wearing costumes and so forth, right? What the clown does not realize is that the reason they do that is to show how silly it was when Donald Trump came out and said that these are terrorists, these are thugs, and all of that we're going to be making part for being part of the October 18th No Kings program. They wanted to show experientially that he was full of it. These were happy people, and I even did the interviews with families, right? Because again, a lot of people came as families. Now, before I go to the next video, I want to address the Grinch in our chat. My brother Ernie Boxall says, "No kings, no black Americans, rich, privileged, white, suburban, racist." No. If you take a look at look, I'm in a very white area in Kingwood. And even in my very white area in Kingwood, we probably, I don't know, we're probably 60-70% white, okay? And you had a lot of people of every variety coming out. Don't try to make what it isn't. The problem that we have racially in this country is the entire country, but it is actually monopolized and pushed by the right. Look, I'm not going to tell you that progressives that we don't have a lot of racist progressives as well. I'm not going to tell that lie. What I'm going to say is the difference between progressives and those folks on the right is progressives are genuinely trying to do something about it. Even the racist progressives are themselves trying to do something about it. Hell, a lot of them are my friends, and they'll come up and say, "Berto, why do I have these feelings?" I remember having lunch with a woman. She actually called me up to tell me, "Egberto, after speaking to you, she felt comfortable speaking. And she said, these are the kinds of feelings that I'm having. Why do you think it is?" Right? And we went through a whole lot of talking, etc. And we actually came down to a point where we could understand where her fears came from. But again, we are the people, progressives, wanting to move forward, want progress, including our own prejudices. I needed progressive teachings. I needed to get rid of my own prejudices. I needed to get rid of my prejudice when it comes to homophobia. I needed to get to my prejudice on the sexism because of where I was born, how I was reared. I was reared in an area, in a part of the world that these things are taboo. I had to be educated. I had to be informed. I am a progressive because I had my mind open to learn, and also to be able to ask for forgiveness, also to be able to, guess what is the word again? Atone for who I was. And all of you, including you MAGA folks, you can atone for the evil many of you represent. You can be forgiven for the evil many of you represent. But you first have to accept that in fact, what you do represent is in fact evil. And I'm not going to color code it. It is evil. Boxall also said, we proved that only Democrats assassinate political opponents. And again, if you want to believe and fool yourself with that crap, I mean, it may make you feel good, but there are intelligent people listening right now. I have a full chat, many chats, a full screen of intelligent people that don't buy into the crap you speak about. All right. Anyway, let's continue. Michael has another piece he wants me to show. 30 seconds or so. He says, Michael, I'm trusting you. Let's go ahead and do it right now.
Past time for us to start calling the mass deportations what they really are. Ethnic cleansing. Ethnic cleansing is the systematic forced removal of an ethnic, racial, or religious group from a given area with the intent of making the society more ethnically homogenous. If you're in media, seriously, you have the moral obligation to call what's happening in America.
Another weird week.
It is way past time for us to start calling the mass deportations what they really are. Ethnic cleansing. Ethnic cleansing is the systematic forced removal of an ethnic, racial, or religious group from a given area with the intent of making the society more ethnically homogenous. If you're in media, seriously, you have the moral obligation to call what's happening in America right now an ethnic cleansing. It is way past time for us to start.
All right. So that is very true, and thank you for that, Mr. Rudnin. I want to address something real quick here. Mr. Eric Hayes says, Egberto, arguing with Bard last week, kind of bad luck, and getting personal with each. I wasn't getting personal. I was getting factual. Bard shows exactly who he was based on the statements that he made. Don't worry about the statements. I never once was offensive with Bard. I simply said what Bard represented based on the words that emanated out of his mouth. And if those words emanate out of your mouth, I would tell you the same thing. Those of you that are MAGA or MAGA adjacent, start atoning for the evil that is represented by the tenets of the ideology you're promoting, you're living by, or you're supporting, or you are allowing to exist. That's on you. Anyway, let's go ahead and do the first thing. I want to give you guys an expression of what we did here in Kingwood, which was represented all over this country. What we have here in Kingwood, this may have been Kingwood, but it was represented all over the country, even more profound than it was here in Kingwood. But here is the synopsis that I think everyone should watch. Kingwood, Texas had one of the best organized protests for a place that's not used to having the types of protests that the No Kings and the kind of volume that we expected today. We brought out likely over 1,000 people. The official count from the police officers was 850, but I counted quite a bit more based on areas that came in thereafter. But it was very well put together. I want to show you a bit of the kind of stuff that we had people doing in the beginning of the protest here, getting all the P's and all the T's crossed, the I's dotted. Check this out.
Record that guy causing trouble, but back away. Let him be the center of attention, causing problems as we record him causing problems. But do not engage. Do not counter him if he's causing problems. Report anything. If you see it, whatever you see it, the police are there. If you've got a gut feeling about it.
These are the captains that we were expecting quite a few hundred people here today. And she's giving them instructions as to what they need to do. I walked the entire area and spoke to quite a few people. Many didn't want to speak. Many didn't want their faces on cameras. A few, even those that weren't quote unquote progressives or Democrats, a few of them decided to come on camera as well. I want to give a synopsis of all the different interviews. I'll post a copy of these other interviews in their entirety, cleaned up, of course, on YouTube. But here are the synopses from each of these people's interviews.
Honor Constitutional rights are slowly and steadily being stripped away. It's the destruction of the administrative state, which is the long-term goal of the Republican Party.
I want a future for my kid. That's it.
What scares you about what's going on?
That I had more rights than she does.
That is not right.
I'm a veteran. I served 14 years in the Marine Corps, and this is not what I fought for. I fought for a free America, for free and rights for everybody.
I am here because I have a daughter, and I'm terrified that her rights are being slowly taken away. It's crazy.
The ICE overreach, the government shutdown, not releasing the Epstein files, talking about running for a third term, just totally shredding our constitutional values right now, and I am not for that.
I've been saying it since 2016 that he was going to pull a coup. I've been saying it since 2016 that he was going to attack minorities and immigrants. I've been saying it the whole time because it's evident in his speech, it's evident in his actions. And you don't believe what a person says, you believe what they do.
Our rights are being violated. They're being taken away. And if we don't do something now, I'm afraid it will be lost.
I mean, I got a son that's on disability, needs a kidney, and the insurance is just going up for him. So, I mean, I'm out here supporting everybody else around here.
I have a son and 4 grandchildren, and they're behind me. And I don't want them to have to live through some of what our forefathers went through, because that's where we are headed. And whatever I can do at this point in my life, including protesting, I want to be a part of that.
I'm 90 years old. I think that this is a wonderful event, and I think everyone should not be afraid of this man. He's ridiculous.
When I got into construction, the only people that helped me learn it were people that did not look like me, people that were not from this country. I worked with a couple guys from El Salvador that when everybody else was hazing me, they were taking me to the side and telling me what I was doing wrong in a respectful manner. I just feel like everybody here should have a fair chance, and that's something that's being taken away from everybody. The skilled labor is not there, and you're hearing a lot of supervisors now starting to complain that things are being constructed wrong because the people that are left to do it don't have anybody to teach them how.
He's running like an authoritarian country, like Orban does, Kim Jong-un, Putin, and all the other fascist dictators. He's a weak man trying to be a strong man, and it'll never happen. He's weak, he's a coward, and he's incompetent.
People who came before me and some doing me really made the ultimate sacrifice. So I'm here to join people, those around me, remind me of what I speak of those folks that did the ultimate. So this is a safe environment, and these are just wonderful people, and I feel it's such a privilege. It is such a privilege to be a part of it.
My family has a history of military service. I served my country for 13 years. My brother served in Vietnam. All my brothers have served in the military, aunts and uncles. So we take this seriously.
I am protesting peacefully. I want a better future for my children.
Being surrounded by Republicans in a blue-collar field, I don't see it very often, this much support. Feels well. I feel welcomed. I feel good. I feel like I can actually be myself. I have 3 kids, all going into college. One graduated, one's in college, one's fixing to leave. I want to make sure that their world is safe for them. Right now, we don't know. They're taking away my daughter's rights. They're taking away everybody's rights.
There's no more important place to be right now. I mean, all the uncertainty that you just heard about a second ago is why we're all here, man. And I'm amazed. Like, there's so many people that are just, they're out here despite all the fear and all the stuff that everybody's talking about, right? They're coming out here because they know it can make a difference.
I'm protesting to defend our democracy. I'm protesting against the illegal actions taken by the Trump administration. I'm protesting on behalf of those who cannot protest.
You know what? This is my first protest. The first time I came out, and I think one of the things that got me out was Mike Johnson saying this is a We Hate America protest. We love America. That's why we're here. I love the Constitution. I have family members. My husband was in the Army. But, that doesn't mean that I approve of what's going on.
All suburban areas are rising to the occasion. Democracy is falling because of a wannabe king, and we need to stand up for democracy.
I
I came here with democracy, protection of democracy in mind, and I had no idea there was going to be this much of a turnout, and it's giving me hope because hope was lost in November of 2024.
There's so many issues, but I think it's really important to, like, we got to fight immigration, we got to fight for women's rights, equality. I think it's just really important to show your support and use your voice.
I'm here to show my support. Again, there are a lot of issues that are really important to me, and I have a voice, and I'm lucky enough to have privilege that I have a voice that people listen to, and so I'm going to do everything in my power to voice my own opinion.
I'm making sure that I celebrate democracy today. I think that martial law will be eventually invoked. And the fact that we're having a peaceful protest out here today is indicative of what democracy represents.
We in America do not have kings. We fought that battle. We do not allow our military on our own soil. We do not allow taxation without representation, tariffs or taxes. We do not have kings in America, and we have got to wake up before it's too late.
I am exercising my right to let my government know how unhappy I am with the number of bad decisions, with the illegal moves, with the cruelty to humans in our country. It's all wrong.
I don't like what's going on with our government bypassing the Constitution, taking people without like the rights, and just taking people off the streets. There's no due process. What happened to that? Isn't Congress supposed to like back us up? The Supreme Court? Yeah. There's checks and balances for a reason. The refs are not calling the fouls. So we're here to bring awareness to that.
We're protesting against all the unrighteousness, fascist, corrupt, everything going on.
Against fascism, for the future of our children. That's why I'm out here.
Out here for democracy, and we don't want to be later in life when they grow up asked, what were you doing at this time? And we were doing nothing.
My children and everyone else's children that need to be protected. And what's going on every day, I open my phone and it's more and more concerning.
It will bring attention to the discontent of the American people, and I hope that it will guide them to act more accordingly.
What's going on in the country is complete and utter nonsense. It's favoritism for the rich, favoritism for Trump's friends, and picking up immigrants by people with masks is contrary to every American ideal I ever heard of. No cops wear masks. The only people who I know who wear masks are Hamas.
I believe in democracy. I believe in protecting people's rights. I believe that united we have a voice, and if you have the ability to do something, do it. Go out, make your voice heard, and there's going to be people behind you. There's more people that agree with the way things should be than what you might think. We have so many different kinds of people out here, young, old, everything in between, every creed, everything. So you're not alone. There's people behind you. There's people that want to support you and support themselves. So let's get out.
I've been seeing a lot of injustices through our phones, and we've gotten to see kind of the realistic side of what people are going through. And it's kind of important for us to stand up and be against that, because truly, in essence, we're fighting for our own human rights. And as we go on, we see that they are taking away more and more of our rights. And I feel like it's just time for people to truly stand up and fight back, because, we're better united than we are divided. And what they truly want is to blame somebody else, blame the immigrants, blame the people who come here and, try to get a good job to provide for their families, rather than blaming, racist Nazis who don't want us here. So it's just kind of we need to learn how to move forward as a country and truly value other people and their lives and what they contribute to our society.
I want our country to stay beautiful, and I don't agree with the policies that are being handed down these days. I don't agree with them at all. And I want you to know this is my very first rally, and I've had a lot of things that I've been concerned about. I'm 76. Been a lot of things I've been concerned about over the years, but I have most concerned about what's going on in this country.
From Kingwood, Texas, which is right outside of Houston, that we have only one king and his name is not Donald Trump. We need all that we can do, and we have the voice, and we just need to be heard so that those who we have placed in office understand what's going on in these communities.
We have to get rid of this administration. He is ruining our Constitution. He doesn't even know what it says. Our health insurance is going sky high if we don't do anything. Get off the sofa, come on out and join us.
There was one particular interview that gave me a lot of hope, and it was likely from the youngest the youngest woman that I interviewed. I want you to listen to what she had to say, because it is what gave me a lot of hope.
I just see all the things happening in the world, and then like I learn about similar stuff in like my history class, and like this is history repeating itself in such like a visible way, and it's gonna damage all our futures. But like I just became an adult. I don't want to inherit like a crazy world.
All in all, the Kingwood area put on one of the best No Kings protests altogether. It was peaceful. They engaged the police officers to make sure there weren't any problems. Whenever we had MAGA infiltration, they were taken care of very well. In fact, one of the captains brought a MAGA person who actually wanted to talk. They brought him over to me, and we had a pretty good dialogue. So all in all, I think this was a great event. I think it showed that Kingwood is a place that, in as much as it is conservative, red, Tea Party, full of MAGA, except for a few of the clowns that use their trucks to make a whole lot of noise to display a false masculinity that they are devoid of. It was an excellent event, pleasurable, fun. People came by themselves. They came with families. They came with aunties. We even had people that were close to 100 years old in wheelchairs, in walkers. This is what it's all about, folks. That is what it's all about, folks. And you know what? I saw a message in the chat. I don't recall who, but I think it's something that Tom Hartman mentioned today. Now that we have the people activated, because they are in fact activated, now we have to turn that into a continuity of actions between now and current November next month, as well as now and the elections in Virginia and New Jersey, because that is where we begin to take back the country that we allowed to slip by because of our apathy. That is what we do. Now, the next video I'm going to show is a video of with my dialogue with a MAGA guy. And now it's interesting because the MAGA guy, I thought it was a good dialogue, but he went all over and posted a few things. You wonder sometimes, and I think thereafter, from the reports that I got, some of the things he posted, maybe after he saw the video, who were summarily disappeared. But doesn't matter, because this video has already hit over 100K. So it is actually making the rounds on how you talk to MAGA civilly without actually giving up your own being. But anyhow, let's go ahead and listen to that now. Let me first see if I have anything to mention first from anybody. Hello, welcome aboard Hirut Kidain Miriam, and California is the yes vote. It will be a yes vote. Jennifer Hunter is in the house. Larry, Judy, Sue Henderson, and Emery, Joanne, Marge KJ. How you doing, beautiful Marge KJ? Para ver quién más está aquí. Karen Howard, Think Deeply. I love that name. Think Deeply. Think Deeply. Yeah, Tom said get to work from Bruce Pollard. You're right, Bruce. Bruce also said but the people from Kingwood are going to have to demonstrate in other places with other folk. Exactly right, Bruce. Here and other places. You're absolutely right. And the good thing about it, Bruce, is, hey, Bruce, you actually even demonstrated, my brother, in Chicago. So you're already on your way for demonstrating all over the place, Bruce. You know what I mean, my brother? All right. We also have Harry Denson in the house from Missouri City, Texas. Paul Fleming from Powder Springs, Georgia. Lee the Bearcat from Austin is in the house as well. I think I got everybody, if I recall correctly. Mike Cisak from Missouri is in with his bastion of misinformation. You know, I wonder if Mike Cisak is being paid to just throw misinformation into the ethos. Mike, they don't need you anymore. They can actually use very human posting bots, because the stuff that you come up with, brother, I am just surprised that somebody that comes off as somebody can think a little bit, even believe the stuff that you write. As Michael said, that's why most of what you write is actually ignored, brother. But again, you know why we do it. All right, let's go ahead and get to the other video. That's coming ahora mismo.
Okay, what's your name?
Good Citizen.
Good Citizen. What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm out showing my support for No Kings.
You are showing support for No Kings. Now you have a Make America Great Again hat on. Tell me what that means to you.
What it means to me?
Yes.
I want the country to be restored to its greatness.
And what does the restoration of greatness mean to you?
Peace, like President Trump has accomplished really across the globe. Legal immigration, freedom of rights and speech, no persecution against Christians. I'm totally against like burning down cities, out of protest and hate and anger. And I just want America to be the country it was established to be, which is a great country. And that's why everybody in the world is literally dying to get to this country. It's because this is the greatest country in the world. There's no place in the world people would rather be than America. And so you'll have haters protesting, but yet they'll never move. They'll always stay here. So if I hated a country like a lot of these people do right now, I wouldn't live here. I'd find a way to move and try to get out of here. But
let me say this now. Thank you for saying what you're saying, and not only that, thank you for being civil. There are a lot of people that wear the hat that you're wearing, that they are very incivil in the way that they come and approach us. So I want to thank you first of all for being civil in the words that you say. I don't necessarily agree with much of what you said. First of all, I'm going to
disagree with,
and that's where I'm going to come one at a time to address those.
Sure.
I'm an immigrant. I came here what you would say the right way. Okay. And awesome. I did it the right way, and
Welcome to America. Awesome.
Right, and I came here to build this country as well.
Great.
I came here under the promise that this country would be a democracy, and
no, it's a republic. It's not. It's a republic. A democratic republic.
That is a distinction without a reason, really. It just means a republic is a representative democracy. That's the definition.
It was a republic. It was established as a republic.
Yes. Again, a republic is a representative democracy. So democracy are in those words. Secondly, all these people here are heroes. All these people here, remember I didn't interrupt you when you were talking.
Oh, go ahead.
All these people here are heroes. These people love America. These people represent America. I would tell you that these people love America just as much as you love America. There's a difference, however. In loving America, they do not see the necessity to be exclusive. They see the opportunity to be inclusive. Now, here's the thing. Inclusiveness does not mean.
Brother, I'm sorry. I have to disagree.
I didn't interrupt you, sir.
I know, but you're going off on this tangent.
No, sir. I didn't interrupt you. My brother. I didn't interrupt you. I made you talk for 5 minutes. I have it here. Let me finish my narrative. Okay? Thank you. Now, here's the thing. All these people believe in democracy. That's why they're here.
what they believe in is they don't want to see whether a person is here undocumented or not. They don't want to see somebody slammed to the ground. They want to also have the opportunity to have equal access to success. The narrative that many of the right has been bringing about DEI is wrong. My first employment was likely a DEI hire. I was probably
We totally disagree, brother.
I'm not.
You're just.
I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm not done.
Have to stop you.
I'm not done.
There's so many points.
Sir,
How am I going to go back?
my brother. You added a lot of points, sir. You did a lot of points.
No, actually,
you did 10 points. I can
You've
tell you which one.
actually gone on for several minutes.
No.
And I only spoke for like a couple
My audience. Here's the thing. My brother here. Okay, and this is the kind of conversations we have at Politics Done Right, and we want to have conversations like this on Politics Done Right. What I'm saying, I was likely a DEI hire. I knew everything I needed to know. I was better than most on the job that I had. But had there not been the opportunity for people to say, I have to look at that person, I'm not. You guys also have a narrative that you say often, if I see a pilot in the plane and it's a black pilot, I need to be more concerned. No, you have to be less
I would
concerned.
want the best person.
And that's what I'm saying. When you see a black person in a job, likely they are more qualified because they had so many more hoops to go over. So let me just say,
totally disagree.
I know you disagree, but I'm telling you, living it, I'm a fact. I live it. I live it.
Well, maybe that's your truth.
No.
That
I
isn't the
live it. I live it.
But you admit you were a DEI.
Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
Well, we shouldn't hire people based on their.
No. That's a DEI does not mean hiring based. No. It means
it's divisive.
No.
Sure it is.
No, it's not.
It's not unity. No, a person should get a job on the basis of the merit of how good.
And I got a job based on my merit. I got a
You
job.
just said you were a DEI.
I was a DEI. Being meritorious is DEI. You got DEI. As a white man.
Why?
As a white man, you have
wrong.
No.
You do not know me.
I don't need to know you. You proceed.
Yes, so you don't need to know.
No, I don't need to know. Right,
There
here's
you
the
go.
deal.
You're assuming because I'm white.
Yes, I am.
Somehow or another,
I am.
I'm calling that a lie.
No, it's not a lie.
It is a lie.
It's a
Show me
documented
what
fact.
right I have that you don't have, my friend.
All right.
Start naming it.
Let me
right
name
now.
you one.
Name it.
If I go into a store right now,
Under the Constitution.
I'm not talking about Constitution. I'm talking about
No, you're not. I know you're not.
reality.
You're not
Robert.
fixing the country.
No.
That's the thing. You're getting away from the Constitution and the Bill of Rights.
I couldn't know.
You are. I'm asking you, what right I afforded that you are not? Tell me.
Many rights.
Tell me one.
And the
Give me
specific
just
right
one.
is the right to be here. And you may not see it. Yes, but you know what? When I go and a cop gives a different treatment to you than they give to me, it's a right.
What about that too?
You know what?
That is totally wrong.
Brother, I got to go interview a lot of people, but here's the good thing about it. I want to give you a card. I want to give you a card. I want to give you a card. Let's go.
You got that long speech.
So,
and now I
are you?
cannot address
Am I
any of it.
streaming? Am I streaming? Are you streaming?
Well, these people.
Are you
No,
streaming?
of course not.
Okay, I hope you don't cut this out. I want to speak to your audience. I want to speak to your audience.
Oh, I'd be glad to.
Here's the deal. So, what's your name again?
Good citizen.
I want to the good citizens audience, to this MAGA brother that's talking to me right now. I want you guys to understand one thing. There are things that are constitutional and there are things that are reality. The constitutional we don't have a problem. It's good. Yeah, it's good. The constitutional things that are constitutional are not always how it's implemented. I told my brother here that as a white man, he gets privileges that I don't. He does not accept that. What I'd like to ask him right now is to come on my program where I will give him all the time he needs.
Okay, you made your long speech.
No, I'm not done. I will give my brother here all the time he needs to come on my program, and we will have a civil discussion. Thank you, brother. I got to go and talk to.
Well, of course you do.
No. I know what I'm saying. I got to go. There are thousands of people I got to interview. Okay, but look, I want to thank you for coming.
I'm the only MAGA here.
Hey, but you know what? And what was your treatment? Hey, take a picture of me and MAGA. Take a picture. All right. I'm live, so yeah. All right, take a picture. I want you to do that, and I want you on my show.
Good. I'd be glad to come.
All right. Take care.
Take care.
Have a good one. Okay. What's your name?
Good citizen.
Good citizen. What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm out showing my support for Noki.
I couldn't get the button hit quick enough. Anyway, Hirut Kiden Miriam says, this guy doesn't know what DEI means at all. I wish explained it to him. Again, it was a very hairy situation, with all the noise. It was kind of hard to get to. But, look, let me tell you something, Hirut Kiden Miriam. He knows it. All these guys, look, you know why they are so against women getting into the force, people of color getting into the force, etc. Because it makes it that you have merit for the job, and not just because of who you are, you get the job. You see, now everyone has to compete for the job. And that's what these guys can't handle. These troglodytes can't handle that now they have to compete for a job. They have to compete with that woman who has been held with the boot on her neck all her life. You know, one of the things that turned me on sexism is looking at very capable women, because women have always been capable. They've always run the show for a very long time, even though when the penises were in charge. And I know from being a black man, black Latino Caribbean man, I know what the feeling is like. When you know the job, you know the work, you know the material, but somehow they give it to somebody that is either unqualified and gets the job. Let me tell you better. Donald Trump, and we've got President Obama, a guy with 3 baby mamas, a family man. A guy who have been convicted of sexual abuse on women, family man. A guy who can speak, a guy who cannot give us a full sentence, who cannot conjugate verbs, a well-spoken man. A guy who actually understands history and can name the countries in which he's going to. A guy who doesn't. I mean, if you want to know the DEI, and by the way, I won't call, Obama was a DEI president. Let's call it out. Obama was a DEI president because it was inclusive. I'm talking here and it's like diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's what Obama represents. Donald Trump represents all of what they want it to be. Unqualified, but because of the color of his skin and that he has a penis, he gets the job. Okay? Hegseth, because of his color and his penis, he gets the job. And what is the first thing that they're doing with Hegseth? Getting people of color out of the military, getting women out of the military. Why? That is their insecurity. That is their fear. That is their insecurity. That is their fear. And all of our people around, our white brothers and sisters who are in fact knowledgeable on real issues, who are in fact know that we all have the capacity to do the work when there's not a chain on you. But again, it's like I told him, you see a black pilot, rest assured, your plane has a likelier chance of getting there. Why? Not because there aren't great white pilots, but because that black pilot had to go through a lot more hoops to become a pilot in a racialized society than the white pilot. It's not anything on the white pilot. It's what the black pilot had to go through. It's what the Latino pilot had to go through. It's what the woman pilot has to go through. My best landing, when I go onto a plane and I see a woman captain, I'm like, it's going to be a smooth landing. It is so interesting that this is the reason why we're having the problem today. One particular group think they're losing something they never had, but something they think they've deserved. Competition is about everything. Those who are, we all compete, diversity, equity, inclusion. I want folks to call me the DEI engineer. I want folks to call President Obama the DEI president for a change. That's who we are. That's who we are. Once we became what we could, it means we are diverse, equitable, and inclusive. Don't let them redefine. Just like once they tried to redefine liberal, don't let them do it. We want diversity, equity, and inclusion, and these fearless or fearful punks that are running our country now, and that's what they are, fearful punks. You know, that is what they are, people. And let's remember that. There's nothing strong about these people. Nothing strong about them. They are paper tigers. By the way, Patrick, it was great seeing you out there here in Kingwood. Love you, brother. And my brother brought me an apple fritter and a taco, man. Gracias, hermano mío. And you heard him in the piece that we did. I don't know if you came in early enough to see it, brother Patrick. But it is so important. It is so important that you don't fall into the DEI fallacy. I am a DEI engineer. I am a DEI everything. Obama was a DEI everything, and proud of it. Proud of it. My quick story, my first job as an engineer. Pat Domain loved me. That's my immediate boss. Professional engineer, professional petroleum engineer. And, you know, she wanted me. When I went for that interview, she immediately hired me. You are the guy. You know what? The VP tells me, calls me into his office and shuts the door. I don't know why Pat loves you so much, but I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm going to tell you something. If you don't come through in the next 6 months, you are out of here, and I don't want to hear a damn thing about affirmative action. I am a 22-year-old kid coming out of college. And that was my entry into corporate America. That was my entry into corporate America. So when you guys are talking about all this DEI crap, those of you that are racist folks in my chat right now, understand that. That's the burden people that are non-standard have to face when they go into corporate America. Just for your information, the project was done in 2 months. A 6-month project was done in 2 months. Pat came to my office and she said, Egberto, you never had anything to worry about. I got your back. You ain't got to worry about no probation or anything. You're your team. Let me tell you something, guys. And my story is a story that is repeated over and over and over again. You listen to what Brother Patrick said in his piece that I didn't even print his old, I put his old video in there and talk about using the skills that people have and learning from those skills. It ain't DEI, folks. And what we're doing is holding people back with your backwards form of thinking and your fallacies about who is qualified to do what. We have left so much on the table for what we have put women through. We have left so much on the table for what we put people of color through. We have left so much on the table for what we have put so many through. And all of you in here that continue to have that frame of mind as you spout your troglodytic form of thinking. Let me tell you, brothers and sisters, those of you thinking that way, look, I'm sorry, we ain't going back. And we may be going through a fascist state right now of a punk that is trying to put us back there again, but it ain't gonna happen again, man. It ain't going to happen. So you weak men, you very weak men, better grow some, because the women are coming to get you. Remember that. They're coming to get you. They're coming to take what you have denied them. The people of color are coming to take what you have denied them. Don't you ever forget it. Your days are not numbered. They're over. They're not numbered. They are over. So bask in all the fallacies that you have. Bask in it, because it is done. Completely and entirely done. All right, folks, let's see where else we're at. And by the way, for my white guys, my progressive white guys, and my smart Republican white guys in here, like I've told many of you, all of you, my friends that I go out with, you guys are my heroes. Because it is very difficult when you are a part of the privileged class to come out and say, no, this isn't right. You all are my heroes. And let me call out a few. Patrick, Bruce, Rudnin, heroes. Lee Grant, heroes. Remember that. You guys, because like I said, it is always easier to be a clan. It is always easier not to break out of the privilege. And I think we should call all of you out that are doing the yeoman's work, that are out there in the field with us. You are true allies. No, you're not allies at all. You are complicits. You are not allies. You are complicits. And you know what? We love you for that. All right, folks, we are at 55. Anybody wants to give me a call? 713-526. Oh, I'm giving you the KPFT number. I'm on autopilot, guys. I'm on autopilot. 281-823-7747. 281-823-7747. Give me a call. I got probably time for a couple of calls. Come on, give me a call. 281. I don't have anything else. This other story, I don't have enough time to go through that story. 281-823-7747. Una vez más lo voy a repetir. 281-823-7747. Nobody wants to call me? I got 3 minutes I can answer calls. Let me put it in the chat. Maybe that I'm going to use that as an excuse that you're not calling me. I know you want to call me. What is the number? 281-823-7747. All right. Guys, it's in the chat. I'm lonely. I'm not hearing from you. I'm lonely. What the hell's wrong with you guys? I'm lonely. Vámonos, vámonos, vámonos. I want to get at least one call to say, hey, how was your day? How did you think? Let's see if somebody's going to give me the honor of calling me. Are my phones even working? I think they are. I think my phones are working. Okay, so you're not going to call me. Anyway, let me just close out. We're about ready to close. And let me just say this, all right? It was a great, great day. As you see, we had a lot of heroes at that. We had a lot of heroes. There we go. Regina. Come on in. Hello. Who do I have the honor of speaking with?
Hey, it's Reverend Carlton from Canada.
Reverend Carlton, how you doing, my brother?
Regina, Saskatchewan.
Oh, wow. You're in one of the less populated provinces.
Yeah, one of the lower population provinces, but it's unfortunately one.
It's kind of right wing, I know.
Yeah, we have about 1 million people.
Yeah.
I really appreciate your work.
I thank you for that, Reverend. I really thank you for that, because you know what? Hold on a second, Reverend. It looks like I have another call as well. And what I want to do is I want to merge them. So bear with me 1 second. All right. You're back, Reverend. Talk to me. Continue, please.
Oh, okay. Hello?
Yeah, go.
Just try to ignore the echo in the background here because I'm getting myself on the delay.
No problem. Talk to me, Reverend.
Thank you for your work. I really appreciate it, and it's good to hear sense talk.
Yeah, you know, let me just tell you, and I really appreciate all of my folks, because again, that is what gave us the impetus to go out there and doing it. And when I went ahead and gave the kudos to all those folks out there that were out there protesting, I meant it from the depths of my heart. These are heroes out there. I don't know if you understand the kind of place that Kingwood is, but we've been protesting from the days of Occupy Kingwood, the whole Occupy movement. We had our little movement here, and 25 people was a lot then. Of course, on the last day we got about 100 or so. But when you see over 1,000 people come out in Kingwood, my brother, that means something is happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, Reverend?
Yeah, I hear you. And I was so excited to hear your report on that, on the number you had turning out in a small town.
Oh,
Amen,
yes.
brother.
Let me ask Marge to come in, and then after Marge comes in, we get Harry. Come on in, Marge.
Is it Margaret?
Margaret, sorry.
2 words. Amen, brother.
Thank you, sis. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. Anything else you want to say, Marge? Margaret. I'm getting old. Okay, I think Margaret is gone. Let's go to Brother Dens. Harry, how you doing, Harry?
Oh, doing good. Hanging in there. Managing my health as best I can. Dealing with my asthma. Alan's hanging into with his kidneys. Diligently doing his dialysis. But what I want to say is, brother, you're not lonely. We're always listening to you. We want to be informed by you. Unfortunately, you have people that say the wrong things, like Mike Kasek has been saying in the chat, that you put uninformative pieces out there, which is not true, as you have repeatedly told us, as many times as you can tell us. You don't put anything on independent media without researching it first to make sure that you are informing the public properly, as I also stated in the chat. It's just unfortunate people like Mike Kasek, these progressive left people have no clue. Yes, they do have a clue. They are about inclusion, like they're talking about DEI. The Republicans are not about inclusion. They are about exclusion, unless you are an oligarch or a plutocrat.
Harry, I gotta go, but I gotta go, but I want to say thank you very much, and give Alan my regards, and I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. I want you guys. I love hearing from you guys. So you take care of yourself. We'll talk later, okay, Harry? Thank you, brother.
I want Alan to call you again, so he hasn't called you in a while.
No problem.
And I'll call you some in the morning too.
Thank you, brother. Have a great day.
Have a good rest.
Bye bye. All right, folks, that is Harry, another one of our long-timers from our KPFT 90.1 FM program. But anyway, loved all of you being here. I got to get out of here. But before I get out of here, I want to encourage all of you who have the wherewithal to do so to please become paid subscribers of our Egberto Off the Record newsletter. I tell you, we do a lot with that, and that subsidizes absolutely everything that we do. Oh, thank you, Michael. I'll check my FB. It subsidizes absolutely everything that we do here. So please, again, consider becoming paid subscribers. We have a lot of all those books that you see scrolling next to me on the screen. You get to read them online free of charge. Then we're going to have other kind of gifts to sort of encourage people to join. We're only about 40% to our goal. Right now, I think we have about 400, and I think we got about 10 more in the last week or so, in the last week and a half or so. Our goal is over 1,200 to break even, depending on the kind of levels people get. We're only at about 480, 475, somewhere around there, and we need a lot more people to become paid subscribers of our newsletter. We have a circulation on this one newsletter of 22,000 people. On our whole network, we have over 100 and something thousand, but 400 and something of you decided to become paid subscriber. We need a lot more. We are drained. So those who have the wherewithal to do so, please go ahead and go to politicsdoneright.com. It's politicsdoneright.com/newsletter. And I'm going to put that in the chat in a minute. That is politicsdoneright. Oops, I put the wrong one up there. politicsdoneright.com/newsletter. Please become a paid subscriber. However if you have the wherewithal to do it. And here is the link inside of our first chat and the link inside of Substack. Of course, those of you in Substack know you can just click the button to go ahead and become paid subscribers. Anyway, got to get out of here. Love you all. My name is Egberto Willies. This is Politics Done Right. And you guys know how I end this baby. I am what? Out. Welcome to Politics Done Right. I am your host, Egberto Willies. This is a progressive program that will take the mystery out of politics. This is the program that will encourage you to make sure government becomes we the people. Whether you are liberal, progressive, conservative, or otherwise, you get to air your point of view. We are an independent media outlet that, unlike mainstream media beholden to corporations, we only owe allegiance to you. Remember, you can also send me a tweet at EGBERTOWILLIES. That is at Egberto Willies. Let us engage. It is Politics Done Right. Welcome to Politics Done Right. I am your host, Egberto Willies. This is a progressive program that will take the mystery out of politics. This is the program that will encourage you to make sure government becomes we the people. Whether you are liberal, progressive, conservative, or otherwise, you get to air your point of view. We are an independent media outlet that, unlike mainstream media beholden to corporations, we only owe allegiance to you. Remember, you can also send me a tweet at EGBERTOWILLIES. That is at Egberto Willies. Let us engage. It is Politics Done Right.